Hello and welcome to pmplounge.com. Today we are continuing our discussion on the jobs report by PMI. This is the real deal, right? This is a report that talks about upcoming jobs, that talks about countries with the most number of project management jobs, countries whose prospects are really good, right? Countries you should definitely look to move into if you're PMP certified or if you're looking for a job in the project management domain. So today we are looking at top 5 countries with project management jobs. What are the top 5 countries with the highest number of project management jobs, right? So again, this report covers it. Before we get started, we have done a couple of videos on this report, right? The jobs report, 2018 jobs report by PMI. So I'll link to the playlist in the description. You can go over and look for those videos as well because this is, like I said in the beginning, right? This is the real deal, right? If you are looking for PMP certification, if you want to, pursue your career in project management, this is one report that you should definitely look into, right? And if you go to Quora, right, we have been answering a lot of questions on Quora as of late, and this is one of the most important questions that keeps popping up at Quora about the kind of jobs people can expect, the what are some of the countries people can move into to get jobs. So this video is all about the top 5 countries with the highest number of project management jobs. So let's get into it. Let's go directly to the report. And like I said, this report is available for free at pmi.org website. I'll link to the direct download page for this report so you can go over and download your own copy. No copyrights infringement intended. All copyrights of PMI acknowledged. So hotspots. This is page number 40 of that report. It's called Hotspots. It's a big report, right? It's 76 pages. It's sort of a magazine sort of report that PMI has come up with, and we have covered some of the most important areas of this entire report. So I'll link to the other videos that we have done in the description, so you can go over it. So today we are talking about the 5 countries with most number of PM jobs. These are known as hotspots by PMI, right? So thanks to strong and stable growth, these 5 countries are bursting with project management opportunities. So the number of project management opportunities on these 5 countries is the highest in the world. So these are the countries. If you can recognize them on world map, well, okay. If you cannot, let's look into them. India, Vietnam, Peru, Canada, and Germany. These are the 5 countries with highest number of project management jobs in the coming years. So they've mentioned, the report mentions the GDP growth forecast for 2018. India 7% leading the pack. Vietnam 6.3%, Peru 3.8%, Canada 2.1%, and Germany 1.8%. So these are the countries which will have the maximum number of jobs in the coming years, maximum number of project management jobs, mind you. So if you're looking for a job into project management, if you're looking for PMP certification, these are the countries you should be in, right? So what are the potential? Let's look into the potential. So for India, India's economy is expected to grow at a greater margin than China's this year, which is in 2018. And it also talks about one of the project that is coming up. So all that growth is because of significant private project investment in the tech sector. So tech sector is booming, and also but also public infrastructure, right? So in September, the government announced it will invest 17 billion US dollars to build the country's first high-speed train system, one of the biggest projects in the world, right, in itself. So that's something that the company has the country has announced, the government of the country has announced a high-speed train system which is going to run between Mumbai, the city of Mumbai, and Ahmedabad here in India, right? So these are the prospects of project management, and these are the kind of jobs you can expect in project management. Of course, this is more of not an IT project in itself. PMP as a certification is not, you know, it is not constrained to IT itself, right? You can be a PMP certified project manager in a lot of fields, But again, it talks about tech sector, the investments in tech sector. So of course, there will be jobs in the tech sector as well. Second country is Vietnam. The country has one of the most stable currencies in Asia. Now that's a feat right there. One of the most stable currencies in Asia and one of the highest growth rates on the planet. Well, it's a small country. It's got smaller, relatively smaller economy, and that's why it's easier for them to grow at such a pace. India is actually a large economy, right? So for India to grow at a pace like 7%, that's gigantic. That's enormous. Vietnam is comparatively smaller, but 6.3% is also a big number in terms of country's growth, right? So manufacturing has been the powerhouse behind that surge, driving double-digit growth year over year. So manufacturing is one industry that is driving double-digit growth year over year in Vietnam. Looking for manufacturing, Vietnam is your destination. But now the government is eager to diversify with massive investments in agriculture and electronics on the horizon. So agriculture and electronics are the two fields, upcoming domains that the government of Vietnam is spending in. Peru at 3.8%. So we've got the president launched a slate of ambitious projects last year, ranging from upgrading the water and sewage systems for more than 200,000 in the nation's capital to repairing the country's ailing highway system. So these are large projects, right? So 51 more than 51 billion US dollars are being put in, right, in new projects to strengthen the country's mining operations are expected to launch over the next few years. Again, gigantic projects, gigantic project management uh, aspiration, gigantic project management requirements will come up, and gigantic opportunities as well for from project management jobs perspective. Next is Canada with 2.1% with an economy humming along at 4.5% growth. Canada claimed top honors among the group of seven countries at the midpoint of 2017. While 2018 outlook isn't quite so rosy, it's still an outlier among developed countries due to booming construction and energy sectors. So construction and energy sectors are what is leading the pack for Canada, and 2.1%. Again, the point to note here is that it is a developed country. So GDP growth in developed countries tend to be much more smaller, and so among developed countries, if Canada has a growth rate of 2.1%, that is still big. You've got the last one is Germany at 1.8%. Europe's largest economy doesn't seem deterred by fears of a Brexit induced recession. While the IMF has slashed growth forecasts in the UK, Germany hit its highest industrial output in 6 years and record low unemployment rate last year. That momentum is expected to continue with this year, with German organizations pursuing ambitious project portfolios led by energy, consumer goods, and a recovering auto industry. So, energy, consumer goods, and recovering auto industry is what is driving the growth for Germany. There was a problem with Brexit. The country wasn't doing so well with all the issues, political issues going around. All of this is geopolitics in Europe, but still, Germany has good prospects with 1.8% growth forecast for 2018. So, those are the five countries: India, Vietnam, Peru, Canada, and Germany. Those are the five countries with good prospects of project management jobs, and you should be looking at one of these countries if you're looking for a job into project management, if you're trying to understand where will your where will you find most number of jobs in project management. So we not just talked about the countries, we also talked about sectors. So if you're someone looking for a job in, let's say, auto industry, project management job in auto industry, that Germany is going to have a lot of those kind of jobs. So that's the importance of this report. I hope you understood that you'll go deep and you'll get much more information to be able to make career choices. So that is all that we had in this video. Hope you liked it. Subscribe to this YouTube channel if you haven't done so already, and check us out on our social media, facebook.com/PMP Lounge and twitter.com/PMP Lounge. And as always, do check out the website pmplounge.com, your number one free resource, not just for PMP certification and PMP concepts, but also project management industry information like the one we just